Supercross fans, it's time to overreact. Well, what better way to kick off 2025 than with a big old fat overreaction from you? That's right, this show is changing.
Move this man!
Hey, hold up, chill. Look, I know change is hard and we like to have something our way, and then when it changes, it's weird at first. I get it, but guess what? Life happens, all right? My 14-year-old kid, he wants to race Loretta's this year, which means I gotta go racing with him. We're gonna be in the van, driving home on Sundays, not in a studio on Sundays, so the show can't be the same. Trust Joe and I, all right? We're good at this. Just trust us, okay? Joe, season 2, let's go.
It's time.
Supercross fans, it's time to overreact. Hayden Deegan is gonna win that championship, 8 or 9 main events in pure domination. Danger dudes, that is my peace offering to you to kick off 2025. We're cool, right? We're cool. Nice little peace offering. But yeah, Hayden is gonna probably win this championship. Why? Because, well, he's strong and he's smart. He's figured out Supercross. He's dominated motocross. And most importantly is because he's kind of a bully in a class where being the bully tends to reward you. And for the rest of you riders on the Gate 250 West, if you want to deal with a bully, if you want to conquer a bully, it's very simple. What you're going to want to do is give it your very best effort all the time, all your heart. Just give it all your heart. Number 2, focus on fundamentals. Make sure you ride perfectly every single race. And number 3, just don't get discouraged when things don't go your way, okay? Just hang in there tough. It's a long season, and that's all you got to do is those 3 things, and you can take down a bully. But for all you 250 West guys out there, prepare to get probably bullied around a little bit this year, but if you stand up to him, if you're the one willing to stand up and say, no more, you may end up coming out of this thing like a superstar, all right? Take advantage of what he's given, which is attention. And the man in best position to take down the bully is, of course, Levi Kitchen. And for all you that are fired up and saying, yeah, look at those two, it's getting feisty online, and they're commenting and posting videos of each other falling down. Y'all, that is not fighting. That is flirting, and until Hayden Deegan is having nightmares with the color green in it, then that's just playtime, and they're just goofing around and most likely friends, and Levi's probably pretty irritated by it, but he's putting up with it. And again, until you do what I told you, which is ride with all your heart, ride with great fundamentals, and hang in there, it's gonna keep happening. But Levi Kitchen, guess what, man? You are auditioning for a 450 ride. All the 450 teams are watching. They look at you as a possible fit in the future. And if you beat Hayden Deegan in this Supercross series, you're gonna get offers from everywhere, and they're gonna be a lot. You might get them anyway, even if you lose, but if you win, buddy, you can add a 0 to the end of that deal. And so yeah, no pressure or anything, but just saying. Bravo to the Triumph team for sending Faulkner and Jordan Smith over to the West Coast. You would think you would send those two east, try to win that championship and run away from Deegan, but let's be honest, if you're Triumph right now, you do not need a championship to legitimize your program. That can happen in a year or two. That's part of the building process. What you need is eyes on, and what better eyes on than on the West Coast in January in Anaheim with Hayden Deegan on the screen. You also happen to have Austin Faulkner, who beat him last year at the opening round, and Jordan Smith, who is no longer Hayden's teammate anymore. And I mean, if you're Jordan Smith, you probably are, I don't know, feeling a little embarrassed from what happened a couple of years ago. And I don't know, it's just weird that he's gonna be on the West Coast too. So yeah, nice move by Triumph to send both those guys over there because the lights are on, the cameras are on, and what better way to legitimize your brand than go scraping up with danger in every heat race of the year. So good move for the Triumph guys. Let's rip through the rest of the 250 West. You got Joe Shimoda, who I no longer have expectations for. I think that's probably the best thing for him too. Everyone seems to be sleeping on Joe, and that's good for Joe because the expectations have been and he's been kind of So yeah, no expectations for Joe Shimoda. I got some pretty high expectations for Garrett Marchbanks, not gonna lie. He's pretty fast at Club MX, but had to go to PC Cowie, wanted to go back home where he started, and there comes high expectations with that because that's where he wanted to be, and I, from what I understand, took a way riskier deal, and with that risk comes a gamble, and I wanna see him show up. Guarantee he's gonna rip in practice at Anaheim 1, but for Garrett Marchbanks, show up this year, buddy. And Juju Beaumare, Ryder DiFrancesco, you boys, I'm feeling the youth movement. Good starts coming from those two, and I feel breakout rides and heat races coming from both. Let's move on to my good buddy Cole Davies right here. Here's my buddy Cole Davies. He's making his pro debut at Anaheim, and look, I don't know how it's going to go or where it's going to go or when he gets there, but he's going to be pretty dang good. He's going to get on that podium, and just remember, Cole, when you get on that podium for the very first time and you have to do the interview, I know that's hard, but when you're up there, think Uncle Daniel before you think Grandpa Bobby.
Main Event Moto's Overreaction is sponsored by Motosport.com, Mika Metals, Race Tech, ASV Inventions, and Guts Racing. If you support Overreaction, support our sponsors.
When it comes to the 450 class, I have a lot to say about a lot of people. You're going to have to wait till the Daniel Blair show comes out to hear that, but I thought today we'd focus on Jorge Prado, the savior at Kawasaki. Follow me for just a second. Ricky Carmichael, James Stewart, Ryan Villapoto, Eli Tomac, Jason Anderson, that's been their run. That's been the leader, the number one guy on the team for generations. They've had a lot of success, but they are right now in a 4-year 450 Supercross drought, and they went out and went all in on Jorge Prado, who is not really raced Supercross. He's a motocross bad dude. I mean, honestly, maybe the baddest dude. We'll see this summer what he's going to be there, but he is going to come into Supercross with some weird expectations, and they should not be there. 2026 will be the first time you should ever even judge Jorge Prado. Whatever he does good this year, sweet. Whatever he does bad this year, sweet. Whatever. It's just that first year. But for Kawasaki, there is some pressure because you got to get things back on track. And when I mean getting back on track, I mean winning 450 Supercross championships, which again, you haven't done in a long time. But let's role play a little bit here. Let's talk about that second seat on Kawasaki in 2026. If Jorge Prado comes out in March, April, and we're like, dang, Supercross is going pretty well, this is going to come around, I think we're good here, then I could see them sticking with Jason Anderson or taking a chance on Levi Kitchen coming up, but it would be between those two, of course, if Prado is killing. Now, if March, April rolls around and Prado's a little, and it's looking like, well, we're never going to do it indoors with this guy, that's when Chase Sexton and Hayden Deegan need to text their address over to Kawasaki so they can send the Brinks truck over and give them everything they want. Woo, Cowie, you've got an interesting season. Think about that. Prado does good, Jason or Levi. Prado does bad, Chase or Hayden. Maybe none. Maybe they all do good and go other places, and you put all your investment in Jorge Prado. Ooh, that's a gamble. All right, let's shut this show down with a big old prediction. I believe that 2025 is going to be wild. There it is. I said it. Easy prediction. I know that's going to be right. Why? Because it's contract season for everybody. Everyone's in the final year of their deal. And let me tell you right now, just use your imagination. Imagine that tomorrow your income shuts off and like 90% of the money you're making just ain't there no more. What does life look like? Well, that's what it looks like for a lot of these riders. They're in their 30s and they're about to have the biggest fall off the cliff financial ever, and they know it's coming, and they're in their last year, and it's going to be absolutely glorious. Supercross is the raddest sport in the world, but especially when you put people's back against the wall, and there are, 10 riders in the 450 class with their back against the wall? Buckle up, get your popcorn. Supercross 2025 starts Saturday. See ya.
Overreaction. Time to overreact. Overreaction. Let's all overreact.
Main Event Moto.com. Main Event Moto.com. Main Event Moto.com. Main Event Moto.com.